Metal Gear Solid actor David Hayter. I've got no particular love for Konami. The whole thing could have been handled better, and a little more respectfully, but I'm not going to cry about it. The voice of Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, was performed by 24 actor Kiefer Sutherland, not series veteran David Hayter. Now Hayter has spoken up about why he was not involved in the project, and explained that he has no intention of ever working with the series creator Hideo Kojima again. Regardless of why he wasn't involved with The Phantom Pain, Hayter told Game Informer that he bumped into the producer for the game at a recording studio and was told Konami was going in a different direction. That's basically it, Hayter said. He then spoke with Metal Gear Solid English casting director Chris Zimmerman, who reportedly told him, "We're going forward, but it looks like they're going to try and replace you. They tried to do it before, and it never worked. They tried to get voice matches, and it never happened." Hayter further explained that the writing had been on the wall. There was apparently some amount of friction between Hayter and Kojima, with the game designer hoping to find a different actor to perform the lead role, though it's unclear why. "I had to re-audition for Metal Gear Solid 3 to play Naked Snake," Hayter said. "They made me re-audition to play Old Snake, and the whole time they were trying to find somebody else to do it. I heard Kojima ask one of the producers of Metal Gear Solid 3 to ask Kurt Russell if he would take over for that game. He didn't want to do it." Hayter goes on to say that he cherishes the time he spent working on the Metal Gear series, though he wishes his professional environment with the series could have ended better. "I don't have any ill will towards Kiefer Sutherland or anything like that," he said. "The whole thing could have been handled better and a little more respectfully, but I'm not going to cry about it." Oh, that was pretty much the opening article. Finally, he says that he hasn't played The Phantom Pain. That'll be 60 hours of humiliation, and that a future partnership with Kojima is unlikely. "I have no particular love for Kojima. I don't feel any need to go back and work with him again." Basically, the community is split into two different factions over this article. A lot of people are saying David Hayter is salty and so on and so forth. But I say unto the people who have that sort of misnomer and that stupid catchphrase of salty, how would you react if you're doing your job and one day they just ousted your fucking ass? You wouldn't be too happy. Like, put yourself in the situation. I mean, how many times has anyone or any one of us worked a job and then been unjustly fired? And unless you completely hated the job with passion, being fired for no reason sucks. In fact, they made this man re-audition to play a character that he pretty much iconed with his voice is utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. When you think of the greatest Metal Gear Solid moments, you think of David Hayter. I haven't even finished Metal Gear Solid 5, and I'm a huge Metal Gear fan. Like, the story is just pathetic. It really is. The fact that Kojima and Konami decided to make the story easier for someone who didn't play the rest of the Metal Gear Solids to understand pretty much stripped it of everything that made Metal Gear Metal Gear. Long cutscenes, in-depth conversation, a whole shit ton of information. If you were to go to school and you had a test in algebra, they're not going to sit there and go, "Hey, whoa, Toby didn't study for this, so he doesn't know everything he needs to know about this. We're going to make it a lot easier for Toby. We're going to teach Toby the answers on the way to help him better understand." Like, no, that's not how it works. Only in the video game industry do we see such pandering and placation to groups of people. I really don't understand. The whole weird feminist movement where the female characters are too sexualized. Oh, shut up. Male characters are too damn buff and good looking. You don't see me fucking crying because none of them look like me, for God's sakes. Hideo Kojima to me seems like a star fucker, in all honesty. He, in the worst way, wants to be a director, a real one, but he keeps doing video games because I think that's all he's ever going to do. I don't see a movie happening with him. And for the while now, he's just been trying to implement big names in the video game, like his video games. I mean, big names in the video games have been going on for a while, and I find it fairly annoying. Can anybody remember Fallout New Vegas with the guy who was from Friends? Like, what a horrible voice actor. And it kept him anyway. They could have got somebody for a quarter of the price that would have done the job right and made you actually give a crap about Benny. Let's go get somebody famous. Me personally, the lack of Hayter in Metal Gear Solid 5 was just another nail in the coffin for a game that, honestly, the gameplay is great. But there's a lot of inconsistencies, if you will, in the fact that when you think about Metal Gear, it's supposed to be this big war during like the 80s between Russia and Afghanistan, and you never ever fucking see any battles going on, ever. This whole wide terrain, not a single battle, just bases. It's devoid of life, it's devoid of substance. And if you're a Metal Gear fan, you see the joke I just made there. I mean, it's good, but it's not what it could have been. The story's missing pieces, the online is atrocious. I can't take it. Like, the fact that Hayter's not involved is a clear sign of what we were getting, a shell of a Metal Gear. And let's face it, it's going to continue on because they're working on the next Metal Gear, and I'm sure it'll be horrible. The only way I'll be interested in Metal Gear Solid 6 or Metal Gear Solid 5 substance is if they get Hayter back, which I doubt they will. So I'm not really interested. It'll be a shell of a Metal Gear game. It'll continue on until Metal Gear dies a sad death, kind of like the Castlevania games. Just another Konami game that they ran into the ground. Thanks, Konami. My personal feeling is I feel David Hayter got shafted, without a shadow of a doubt. A lot of people seem to like Kiefer Sutherland. I'm not saying he did bad at the job, but he barely said anything, and I bet they paid him an arm and a leg to say next to nothing. D-Dog. Quiet. Ugh. That was it. It was his whole role. Then occasionally he'd say something in the cutscene, but it was like everybody else talked for him. He's like a fucking figurehead in the game. It made no sense. Like, Big Boss, one of the most charismatic soldiers in the Metal Gear Solid lore, has nothing to say. The man who inspired people to follow him. The man Sniper Wolf called, was it Shakobim or Saladin? Because I know Revolver Ocelot was Shalashashka. But listen, I'm not going to go into the Metal Gear Solid lore with you, but long story short, Big Boss, his presence and charisma was what made soldiers follow him. And with the way he is in Metal Gear Solid 5, it's just like, I don't feel like following this guy. He's got nothing to say. What's the plan? We'll go over the mountain ridge. Great idea, boss. Got it. Hideo screwed over Hayter. Konami screwed over Kojima. I guess they call it karma, huh? Oh well. Who knows and who cares? That's all for me. With this video, at least. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. I know I'm a week late.